Now, what do I mean when I say subtext? Subtext means we're speaking to somebody in dialogue. We don't generally say directly everything that's on our mind. We hide some things. Even if we're honest people, we hide some things because you can't say everything at every moment, right? So you're choosing what to say. What you're choosing not to say has a lot of meaning, and that can be implied. You don't say, he didn't say this, but you can imply it in what they do say. You can make the reader start thinking, oh, he didn't say that, did he? And the way that they say it, the way it comes across, it can come across maybe a little passive aggressive. It can come across shy and wishing they could say more. It can come across haughty. All these things, they tell the tone of voice, what's left out, what's suggested, what's kind of a little dig underneath the surface. That's the subtext. And a lot of the subtext comes through how we see them interact while they're saying something. So if they say something really nice, but we see them, they're like kind of tight muscles around their mouths when they're like smiling, they're trying to smile, then we get the subtext that there's another layer of this. And maybe the other character sees it, maybe the other character doesn't. Maybe we're privy to it. And maybe we are told what's going on inside of that character. We're told like how hard it is for her to hold back what she wants to say or something. But if it's just people saying, how you doing, have a good time, it's staying very direct without the other layers of subtext. Okay. By that night, the soiree for Teresa was hopping. Simone was relieved that it was working out. She didn't notice Burke lurking in the shadows, waiting for someone. Okay, so we're in Simone's point of view, but Simone didn't notice something. That's a twist that people cannot handle. If we're in her point of view and she doesn't notice this person, we're no longer in her point of view. Whose point of view are we in? How far away from her is the narrator, and why doesn't the narrator just speak of her from a distance? If she's, it's just so twisty, it's hard to even describe it. If she's relieved, the narrator can describe her from a distance looking relieved and then say that she didn't notice this other person. That's totally fine. But to go inside of her mind, and then what we're being told about this person lurking is that this person didn't notice it, that's going to make our head explode. This person actually said that an editor told him that his writing made her head explode. This is why. Burke was about to leave the party, so now we're in Burke's point of view. When he heard someone chatting behind him, and then he saw her face. "So you're here," Burke said. So that was all that he had time to say as the gunshot cut him off. In the melee, the party-goers would all remember a platinum blonde who smelled of fresh hairspray disappearing into the night. Okay, now we've gone in the same paragraph from Burke's point of view to all the party-goers, everybody. And yet, we're not in the platinum blonde's point of view. She's mysterious. So it's not omniscient quite. It's close. I mean, this is all somewhat close to omniscient. A little bit of tweaking could do it, and a little bit of tweaking could also take out the whole, masses knowing things, and we could change it up scene by scene to one person per scene, or ideally just stick to one character during this time. And that one character per scene would allow us to settle in, get oriented, care, start to understand her from the inside out instead of looking at it from a distance. Okay, so we talked about a few things there. Head hopping, being inside somebody's mind who doesn't notice something, and how to introduce characters slowly at the beginning so we get to know each one individually, how to make each person's voice stand out so that they don't all sound the same, not having characters agree with each other and repeat things, so that you have a pull between different characters, this person here, not a bunch of people saying, yes, we all think this, and yes, we all think that. It's much more dynamic when you have people pulling in different directions because they all have their different points of view. And we want to learn their points of view and how it fits in with how they move, how they speak, what's around them, how they hold the props, how the breeze is moving their hair and they don't like it or they do like it, you know. Bring in all the senses. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And again, I am Tantra Binsko. This is the Online Writing Academy, and I edit manuscripts. So do check me out if you would like to consider having yours edited.